Hey everybody, welcome to the Meta Main Street Podcast. I'm Nick, that's Jeremy, and this week we're talking all about Disney's new Abu Dhabi theme park, a pirate tavern straight out of the Caribbean, and we're going to wrap it up with a full trip report and a whole montage, including my hunt for those exclusive Roosevelt shirts. Let's get into it. Hey, Jarrett, welcome. This week we are past May the 4th. How was your May the 4th, sir?
Dude, my May the 4th was very nice. I watched I started my morning with some Phantom Menace, and then I went on a 5K run around my neighborhood, only listening to Star Wars music.
I mean, that's pretty epic, man. I got to say, I'm a little jealous on that one. I mean, I did the same. If you want to, if you want to include me going to EPCOT to, do a 5K of sorts,
Yeah, true. You're essentially doing the same thing. But yeah, it was a really nice night. Got to enjoy. It was nice weather, so got to enjoy it. Got new Roosevelts in that I'm not wearing right now, but I'll wear it another time. But yeah, Nick, you just got back from visiting the mouse, all the way
I
to
did.
Disney World. You're looking a little tanner, and you're particularly looking good in that shirt. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so this one's not quite a new one. Those will be in next week's blog, or next week's podcast, rather. We'll be showcasing some of those. I got some pictures to throw in a little bit here. I'll probably drop some of those in here, kind of in some post editing here, of the new ones that we did find while we were down there. But this week is Moana, so this is the Guiding Star shirt. So we'll throw a link down in the description. But it's basically a little bit of Maui stuff on it, a little bit of Moana, kind of keeps things interesting. And it's been one of my favorite ones. It came out a little while ago, and I've been wearing it quite a lot lately.
I like it. It's like it's kind of subtle, but it's really nice.
It is definitely a good one with some hidden things in it. Moana is all over the place. I think even Hei's on here somewhere. He's always getting himself into some trouble here, so you never know. But anyways, Jared, in big news, we heard a pretty big drop yesterday. What are we talking about?
Yeah, so let me show you guys what I'm talking about. We heard from the Disney that they've announced a new theme park coming to Abu Dhabi, which is really interesting. That's some concept art I just put up there for you. So we don't know much about it so far, other than it's going to be their 7th theme park, which is interesting they say that, because that means we're not getting another Disney World theme park until this thing's done. It is with Disney and the company Meral. They will build it together. So it's going to be pretty much paid and developed by Meral, but Disney will oversee all the creative design and operational oversight. So it kind of, for me, it sounds like they gave Disney the go-ahead to build whatever they want, and they'll just pay for it, which isn't the worst idea.
I mean, we've seen things like this happen too. Years ago, even with EPCOT, the only reason why the pavilions exist was due to sponsorship from those countries, which kind of gave them a place into there. One of the biggest ones, being Japan, and that gave the whole pagoda and everything else like that. So you're right. It definitely is unique to see that. And I mean, Jared, from the looks of it, this is going to be a very unique park. I don't see no castle there. Do you?
I think whatever this object is right in the middle here is going to be your so-called castle. I mean, this is very, very loose concept art. I mean, you can't make much of anything out of this. It's kind of interesting. They're like, oh, we're going to give you concept art. It's going to totally mislead you, and we're going to leave you totally in the dark. But whatever this object is seems to be the center point of the park, which also, I will note, is along the water line.
Yes.
This resort will actually be right on the water, which is different for them.
Yes, we saw some preliminary shots the other day. I don't know if you have them on here, but we did see some shots of where it's intended to be going in the whole overview of Yas Island, which is where it's supposed to be going. It's interesting. they it's right on the water. There's nothing else to it. So it's going to be really unique to see kind of how they adjust this and they make it like that. Because right now, I believe it's just a resort on there currently that's not owned by Disney. So there's not much really there at the moment.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it looked kind of unique to see some of that. But yeah, that's a heck of a shot right there, Jerry. I like the idea behind it.
I know
the pixie dust up top.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, it's gonna be cool. I mean, it's gonna be their most unique and cutting edge park that they've ever done in their portfolio. So it's gonna offer like signature entertainment, themed accommodations, and your unique dining and retail experiences. That's going to celebrate the heritage of Disney and the futuristic and cultural essence of Abu Dhabi. So,
absolutely, yeah, we've never seen anything like this in that area. It's one of those things, we've seen, Disney Tokyo and Shanghai, which shares some cultural aspects. At least I feel, which is kind of unique to see. But yeah, have a park over there. We've never seen anything like it. So this is going to be really cutting edge. That area of the world too is very big in technology and fast development. So this is going to be really crazy to see. Some of the tallest buildings in the world are actually out there. So really curious to see what they're gonna go do, because Disney pushes limits. So
yeah, the one thing I want to point out, the one thing I'm going to predict is people are going to ask themselves, is this Disney's answer to Epic Universe? I'm going to say no. This is something they've had probably under wraps planning for the last couple of years. I think we're still going to get something more. I mean, they might say the Villains Land and all those other lands are going to make up that, but I still think there is more to come for Disney parks in Florida.
Now, to go off on that a little bit, Jared, when I was on my trip last, I shared with you some photos, some video of going by where they're doing the expansion in Animal Kingdom. We'll drop the footage here after the fact, but there's a massive expansion, way more than I had predicted, going into Dino Land. And that was something that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting, where we saw the tree line, that small area, that was going to be it. And then to see, the wall going across, but then to look back and see just completely wide open is incredible to me. And I actually did confirm. I talked to one of the cast members at the park, and I asked, I said, wow, I said, that's something crazy. I didn't realize it, it's going back that far. They said, oh no, there's a lot more that you don't see on stage. We have tons of landed space back there available. So I'm really curious to see how far back they are going to go, because that's going to be, if it's as big as it looks, that is going to be one of the biggest park expansions, I think, probably to date, that they're going to have done in a while. I mean, you think about it, Batu really just replaced a good bit, and they kind of added on to it a little bit. Same with, same with all that. But yeah, Dino Land, yeah, what you're showing there, Jared, I mean, it's going to literally go.
I mean, yeah,
from
this
what I
is
can
all
tell,
cut off. I wonder what this building is here.
Yeah,
that's all Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
So it'll cut. I mean, they'd probably. I don't know if they need this water retention pond.
Yeah, they went back quite a bit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's as far back as you can see, because that fence follows right where that path is.
Right.
It says Dino Land. I mean, and it goes all the way across. So as far as I can tell, all the trees to the left there have been cleared out all the way up to Dinosaur, because the path that goes from Dinosaur over to Dino Land USA is closed off too.
Right.
So they're really encompassing that entire area. And then I have to imagine at some point when Dinosaur does close, that entire area is going to be completely redone, all the restaurants and everything. So, I mean, we're going to see a massive change to that whole area. Again, way more than I thought, because I can tell you right now, from what I could tell, that whole parking lot area and everything back there now is gone. Everything is just gone. I mean, it went back so far that I saw a little bit of some like mounds of dirt, and I mean, it was easily going back to that where that parking lot was, if not further.
Wow,
so,
not kidding.
Curious to see that. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, from the view I saw, it's huge. So it'd be crazy to see what we have coming up here.
Also, be interested to see what they end up doing with the boneyard area once, like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, are they gonna retheme it, or are they gonna keep like some sort of playground there? I don't know. They could retheme
Yeah,
it to like an Indiana Jones like archaeological dig site, but
that's
we'll,
a good idea, actually. Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Listen, as long as they don't touch trilobites, I love my buffalo chicken chips over there. They do not need to be changing those on me. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm good with those the way they are.
Hey, speaking of food, we got some exciting details on the new Pirates of the Caribbean tavern coming to the Magic Kingdom.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So it's going to be called the Beak and Barrel. Was not quite expecting that for a name, but it it goes with it. It's set to open later this year, and it's established by a legendary pirate rum runner named uh, Captain Meriden Mary Goldwyn, and her talkative first mate Rummy, which is her parrot. And if those of you are looking at that parrot and thinking you've seen it from somewhere, it's supposed to resemble the original Barker bird that previously sat at the entrance to Pirates of the Caribbean, but flew the coop some time ago. So it's good to kind of see a familiar face popping on back there. We're going to be 2 rooms in there. We're going to have the mess, which is the main dining room, which is that area right there. We're going to have to keep an eye out for an enchanted rum bottle. It's going to be kind of floating around in there, I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't find it in the photo. They were like, "There's an enchanted
Yeah.
rum bottle," and I'm like, "I don't know where that is." I'm like, "Are they talking about the drink tap in the back?" Or I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong on that. I do like the feeling. I think it's very, very small. I am hoping that we do have some kind of reservation system for this or something like that, because as we've discussed before, being that it's probably going to be sit down, they're going to allow, or a table service are probably going to allow to obviously have alcohol there, that sort of thing. So it's going to be kind of unique, I think, to get in there, and hopefully it's a decent enough area to get a lot of people through it. But the other area we have in there is also the captain's quarters, which has 5 miniature ships in a bottle that come to life in battle. That I'm curious to see.
Yeah, that looks cool.
I hope it's as cool as seeing Pirates of the Caribbean. I really do.
Yeah.
Seeing that room of over in Davy Jones's locker there, and you have all the ships up top, and they're all shooting, and Jack's looking in. How do I make the ship bigger? I definitely would not mind seeing the Black Pearl in a little bottle up there. But yeah, we have food and drink options that are going to be soon to come. So kind of trickling out. We saw some options from Geo82 last week or something like that. So we're starting to see some of this stuff kind of trickle through, and hopefully that means that as it trickles through, we get an opening date for this place, because it'd be really cool to see. As far as what it looks like right now, I can tell you that it is still a bunch of walls. They did a really good job cordoning it off. It goes pretty much right against the Lightning Lane right now on the way down into Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. And then it ends kind of right up next to the gift shop. The gift shop, from what I can tell, is not over in it's not across the way anymore. For a while, it was set across the way. It looks like they were doing some upgrades to it or whatever. But it's back where it was. We have some new merch even in there. Some new Pirate Mickey plushes, that sort of thing. But other than that, it just kind of goes up against the wall over there, and it doesn't take up that much space. So I'm really curious to see just how many people are going to be able to fit in this location at once. It'll be really interesting to see. But yeah, no, I'm hopeful for it. I mean, I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's one of my favorite rides in the park, as I think it is with many people. And curious to see what we have to offer from that.
Yeah, a couple of things that jump out to me that I'm pretty excited about. One is it's a family friendly tavern. You can tell that by the concept. There are a lot of kids here, and I think that's it's Magic Kingdom. I don't think they're going to make any adult focus, because Oga's is cool and all, but at the end of the day, you don't see a ton of kids in there. Having the time of their lives, but I think this is going to be more aimed towards a family experience, which I'm all about. I will note, if you look at the woman on the right in this photo, she has a skull cup, which means we probably might be getting some cool mugs, as in the esque of Trader Sam mugs, collectible mugs
Yes.
that you'll get to take
gosh,
home.
Yeah.
I'm also, probably the piece that I'm most curious about is the drink menu, just because I want to see how many different drinks, but also how, I feel like the the alcoholic options in Magic Kingdom are slim because historically they never had alcoholic drinks in the Magic Kingdom. Then, as
Hmm.
restaurants such as Skipper's Canteen opened, they started introducing some alcoholic beverages. Now, that menu is still pretty limited, from my understanding. At least it was when I was there,
Yes.
and most of the stuff was pretty tamed down. Like you weren't getting like a Moscow Mule or a margarita. There it was more
No.
like kind of a fruity mixed drink or
Hmm.
something like that. So I'm interested if they're going to continue like that low alcohol percentage drinks more. You're going for the look and like exotic juices, well, I don't know, like more than the actual alcohol. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do with that.
No, and I agree with that. I mean, even over at I've been to Be Our Guest before, and over there it's the same deal. They have like glasses of champagne, more like a little bit of wine, a little bit of beer, but it's nothing usually. Like you said, it's not a ton of mixed drinks. It's very, very um, a very tried and true kind of menu on there. It's you're not going in there asking for any kind of special mixed drink or anything like that. It's just very very basic. And even then, the options I think was only like 4 or 5 different options for it. So I think you're spot on saying that. I'm very curious to see what this menu is going to bring. Also curious to see what the food's going to be too. I'm sure we're going to have some kind of pirate themed offerings, but is it going to be are we talking Bespin bits or are we talking
Yeah,
um,
right.
or are we talking some actual food up here?
Don't get Nick started on the Bespin bits.
No, we've talked about that. Don't get the Bespin bits. Nothing says a fun time like a plate full of stale bread and a couple pieces of string cheese that have been peeled off. It's great, guys. I highly recommend it. Um, anyways, well, yeah, we're curious to see what's going to happen, and we're excited about that one. But Jarrett, moving on here, what do we have going up next? We have some interesting things going on for kids now.
Yeah,
Happening
this
over
summer.
at Disney World.
I feel like every
Yeah.
year Disney World will do a couple different offerings for the summer. Just to add some extra entertainment for the kids. This year is their cool kids summer, is what they're calling it. So don't forget your sunscreen for this one. At Epcot, this is probably the biggest one of the bunch. At Epcot, the Goofy is going to take over Communicore Hall, and it's going to have DJ-led dance parties. And they're going to probably have some additional options. What I'm very curious about this dance party is right outside the door you have the Encanto dance party. I don't know if he's technically taking over that space or if he's taking over the space within Communicore Hall for the summer while there's not a festival going on.
Well, that's really interesting to talk about that because that space is just so universal. I have some clips here that we'll show you guys at the end here in that little montage of what it's set up as now, and it is nothing like it was for Festival of the Arts or anything like that at all. I mean, it's totally changed. I mean, you can go from having like a cafeteria type setting to having an art gallery to having a dance party. I mean, there's just a million different things. It's part of why I like the whole Communicore area so much. It's just so versatile with everything that they can do with it. So you got a good point. I am curious to see what they're going to go do with it because I mean they do have the stage right outside of there,
Yeah.
in the garden area. That I mean, personally, I mean I don't see why they wouldn't utilize that for it.
Yeah.
But
I couldn't
who
see
knows?
I couldn't see them doing a DJ dance party inside and then having the Encanto thing outside. I think it's going to take over the Encanto for a bit because that's kind of run its course over there. But I'm interested to see what they're going to put inside because I do think they're going to put something inside based on the fact that they mentioned that the Farmer's Feast options that were in the hall are going to be moving to the Florida Fresh booth. So I think they're going to
Yes.
put some different stuff in there. So I'm excited to see what that stuff actually is.
No, absolutely, and I do got to say too that they have it. You brought up a good thing that I just thought of. That as far as festival booths, it's crazy because they can do essentially, if they really wanted to, 3 different booths in the same space practically.
Yeah.
You have 2 booths, 2 areas inside of Communicore Hall, which right now it's Farmer's Feast, and that's one with the rotating menu and all that right now. And that one has an area just to get drinks. It has an area just to get food, and then just outside of there they have Florida Fresh, which is a whole other space in the front of the building that you can go ahead and grab food from. So that's just pretty wild to think about. But yeah, that's awesome that they're going to go ahead and I guess move it over to to that area so that way they can repurpose it. But I mean, hey, kudos to them. They really did think this out when they did it, and I'm glad to see that space being utilized for a lot more than just a sitting space like it was initially when we first got it.
Yeah, I agree. Over at Animal Kingdom, they're going to be adding some additional activities at Rafiki's Planet Watch, which is all about pollinators like bees and butterflies. There's going to be a special limited time Wilderness Explorer badge that's available. So if you don't know what Wilderness Explorers are, Nick, have you done it with Zoe?
I did some of it. We didn't do it this last time.
Okay. Honestly, I haven't done it myself. I know generally you do certain tasks and get badges. Is that kind of how it goes?
Pretty much. You go to the different areas and you have to fill out this I guess this chart or this paper that talks about it. I'm not 100% sure, but I just know you see all the cast members that are wearing the Wilderness Explorers uniforms, and I can tell you that if you ride the Safari, you ride Symbol 1 every time. So that is, I guess, what you need to tell them for that. I have not personally done it. We started doing a little bit of it with Zoe, and then we decided to kind of move on from there. But it is something eventually we will get through and do.
True. Yeah, you need more time. I feel like,
yes.
Yeah. And if it's super hot there, Wilderness Explorers isn't like number one on your list.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Caw.
But, so if you're interested in those limited edition badges, that's the time to get it. They're also doing a sing-along at Discovery Island. I don't really know what that entails, but sounds like a lot of fun. If you're not sure what Discovery Island is, that's that first island that has a Tree of Life on it.
So the one that everyone stops at right as you get to the top of the hill.
Yes.
To take photos that you can't get past anyone. Okay.
Yep. They're going to put a dance party right there.
Fun fact, guys, by the way. Go behind the Tree of Life to take that photo.
That's true.
Much better spot.
It's beautiful
Much
back there, too.
Better. You can see way more on the tree. You're not in anyone's way. No one will bug you. It's right next to Mr. Kamal's Fries. I promise you.
Yeah, get a thing of fries and get a picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one I think Animal Kingdom's underrated with the snacks. It has some really good snacks.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, dude, when I go there, that's all I want to go do. I mean, you got to have your African street corn.
Yep.
You got to go ahead. They have their Dole Whip with the Angry Orchard and all that good stuff in it. Mr. Kamal's fries, the Trillo bites, the buffalo chicken chips,
dumplings too.
The dumplings, and they have. Oh, if you're really into something crazy, you try the pulled pork jelly donut sandwich.
Whoa.
That it's a sticky mess, but I'll tell you, it's good. That and the pulled pork mac and cheese, best barbecue like on property. Well,
it's close. I mean,
it's
Bengal
close,
barbecue.
Close.
I mean, the quick service options at Animal Kingdom are some of the best quick service in the entire resort.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree.
Anyway, Hollywood Studios, we're getting some additions to Animation Courtyard, such as magicians and jump ropers right in the courtyard. So that'll be fun.
Interesting.
And they're also going to be pushing along, advertising for the Villains in Little Mermaid show that we talked about in episode 1.
Yes, pass holder preview starts. I think it's May 27th. It starts up.
Wow, that's soon. I didn't know it was that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about it.
Oh, cool. This be a good summer for Disney.
Absolutely.
Magic Kingdom, last of the bunch here. A summertime dance party with Pluto and Storybook Circus. A lot of dance parties. And if you didn't get enough dancing done with Pluto, you can head over to the Tomorrowland stage and dance some more with Stitch. I think you're going to see a lot of Stitch this summer following the movie that's coming out in like 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh. I can tell you merch of the parks right now, man.
Oh, I'm sure.
It is so much Stitch. Stitch is everywhere. I don't think there was one store that did not have something that was Stitch. It was pretty crazy.
And then there's going to be an activity themed around Elio. I think it's a new animated movie coming out, and it's going to be at Merchants of Venus store. I'm sure it sounds like it's probably going to be like one you pick up and do. I don't think you're going to do it in the store. I don't know. We'll see. But it's going to be a fun summer in the Disney parks. A lot of dancing.
I think they're finally catching wind that the parents love the dance parties because It is. We did the Disney Junior dance party at Studios this past trip, and you know how nice it was to be able to sit down for like 5 to 10 minutes to just let your kids just go dance, just chill out. It was so nice. It was so nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll walk 15, 20 miles in a day, but I mean, just have that quick break for a minute. I'm all for it. And the thing is they encourage that. I'm like, thank you very much. I'm cool with that.
Well, speaking of walking, Nick, I know you did a ton of walking on your trip.
Oh my goodness!
This is the part of the show where we're going to jump into Nick's trip report. Nick, how many days were you there? 4 days?
About 5 days total. Because I got off that plane, I was running, man. I walked about 55 to 60 miles this trip.
Jesus.
Yes, I'm insane, and my daughter did the same thing. So she's still going at it right now.
No strollers either.
My goodness.
She's toughing it.
Yeah, she is. The first trip they're going from stroller to walking, that was a tough one. But we've gotten through it, and we're all good. Trust me, it was good not having the stroller. That stroller parking, man. Oh my God. It's worse than parallel parking your car in New York City, man. You gotta go ahead and bring the thing up. You gotta find a spot. It's pretty wild. But no, speaking of wild, it was a great trip. We did a bunch of firsts. We did first time doing a live stream. That hopefully you guys caught a little bit of that. If not, feel free to go ahead and rewatch it. There was some stuff that did have to get copyrighted out. We learned a lot doing it. We learned that it was using Streamlabs versus Prism, using an iPhone versus Android. Mic setup, that sort of thing, even gimbal type. I learned why a lot of the pros, if you want to call them that, like Ron and Josh from Resort TV One and all them, use what they use, which was pretty cool to learn. So when you guys hear those intentional mutes on a video or something like that they're doing, trust me, just roll with it, because it is painful having to edit it out afterwards. I had, for instance, Country Bear Jamboree. I did the first day at Magic Kingdom just kind of as a test, and it copyrighted every single song in Country Bear Jamboree. Then I had to go back in there, and again, when it's live, it doesn't matter. It shows it to you guys. It's great, but when it comes to producing it afterwards and sending it, it went ahead and it's flagging copyright. Then I have to go ahead and try to erase the music while keeping the audio, like speech, in place. It's a whole thing. So that if you guys watch it and there are some weird times, that's why. I did learn that. Gimbal wise, I learned why they all use one that has the mount actually attached to the gimbal and not has the magnet like I have on mine. Don't take that on roller coasters unless you have that. I found out that's why they do that. Not the hard way. Don't get me wrong. I thought about it as I was getting ready to go do it. I said, this is why. Microphone, same deal. I figured out why everyone prefers to use Android. Overall, between just the settings, be able to adjust the bit rate and that sort of thing, and the battery life, just a whole bunch of things. And then just having two phones especially is helpful to be able to go ahead and monitor what's going on at the parks while also streaming is huge. So we learned all that, which was great, and we had a couple of you guys hop on there, which was just fantastic. So thank you for watching. So as far as some other big highlights here, we went to Flower and Garden Festival, and that's one of the big reasons that I went down there. I enjoy going to all the festivals. It's one of my favorite ones to go see, and it only gets prettier throughout the festival. As if things are blooming and growing, we get prettier flowers. Things start to bloom more, that sort of thing. Favorite flower and garden food item I tried, I would say it was a returning favorite from last year. Now, I've never been able to have this because they were always out of it. Is the nitro honey mascarpone cheesecake.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So what it is they take, it's always because they run out of liquid nitrogen for the day. They only get a certain amount that they bring in. They take a ball of cheesecake and they dunk it in liquid nitrogen and it freezes rock solid. And then they put it on a plate for you and they smash it with a hammer to go ahead and break it apart. So it tastes like a thicker, like ice cream almost, but it's cheesecake. And And then they top it all off with some like honey drizzle and some flowers. It was so good, so sweet. Another one of my favorite too, as basic as it is definitely the street corn. You cannot go wrong with getting that garlic butter street corn.
Nick will
listen.
Yeah,
there is something about being in Florida on a hot day.
Something about that corn of the cob.
It's just so good, man. The toppings on it, they do it right. Even my daughter devoured a whole ear on her own. My daughter also managed to savagely eat a whole turkey leg on her own.
Good for her.
Yeah, she it's all gluten free, so it was hilarious because we were over by Star Traders, home to the greatest good in the galaxy, except stars. They don't sell them there anymore. And she's standing over there just chomping on a turkey leg. Some guy walks up to her and says, "Wow, you can eat all that?" And she just looks at him and goes, "Uh-huh." And he came back out of the restroom and out of the store. He says, "Oh my gosh, you did eat the whole thing." So it's it's crazy. Just the little things, man.
I think I found the cheesecake.
Yes, that is it. That is it.
That looks good.
It's really good, man. It was really good on a nice hot day too. It was so icy cold on it. And then you have the nice blueberry like compote with it. It was really, really good. It was some good food there, man.
So Nick, my question. I think you guys did the Polynesian Nation Exploration Scavenger Hunt, right?
We did, yeah, we did. It was, it never disappoints. I don't think we had to finish it 100%. We got the prize a little on the early side. But this year's prize was it was watering cans of all things. So
that's fun.
They're changing it up. It's not they've kind of gone away for a while. They were doing like plates and bowls, something nice. But they changed up a little bit. Now this year we had different. I think it was Alice. I don't know if it was all Alice in Wonderland themed or not.
I know they have Orange Bird, Spike the Bee, and the Alice in Wonderland. And I think there's one more. Oh, yeah, it's Mickey Mouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's not exclusive to just Alice, which is cool. But yeah, no, we got Absalom, and we're huge Alice in Wonderland people.
I didn't know you guys were that big on it, and then I saw Zoe in her whole outfit. And I was like, oh, okay.
She is huge in Alice in Wonderland. In fact, we have a little clip here in the montage we'll show you guys after. We get to go meet her. Alice was delighted. We got invited to her tea party.
Wow.
I could not believe it. We got an invite, man. So we're stepping it up.
So what got Zoe into it? Was it the animated movie or was it the live action?
It was both, honestly.
Okay.
It was at the same time. So to be 100% honest, I hadn't really watched a lot of the live action one until she got into it. And she got into it fast and hard. I mean, she was like, all of a sudden it went from her being a huge fan of everything, the Rise of Red and all that, to just straight into Alice in Wonderland. And her goal now, she's been telling us, is to actually eventually work at Disney and be and portray Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
so
how about that?
She's a little past the phase now of saying that she's all the characters are real, that sort of thing. I still think they are. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't understand it. Okay. But no, she says that she'd love to eventually do that. And that's kind of her inspiration. So it was great to go ahead and see her. And, we had a great little meet up with her. And then I had an awesome Roosevelt shirt that I was wearing that day as well. You guys can see that in the live stream too. It was all Alice in Wonderland themed. So while everyone else is celebrating May the 4th, we're celebrating Flower and Garden with Alice in Wonderland, man.
I love it. No, why not?
Absolutely, man. Give her a little love that day. And then Zoe, I mean, she completed the look. We went and we got she got her butterfly lounge fly.
Oh, which, yes. I did see that.
Yes. Alice even said, she said, you have a buttered, an actual buttered toast fly or something like that. It was something of the, like she said, like that. It was crazy. But no, it was great to, Zoe picked that up and a couple other items. It was a great time. And, as far as anything new I tried, I'm trying to think. I don't think there was too much, really new per se that I tried at the festival. A lot of just returning favorites, a lot of stuff that I'm used to having. A lot of corn. Oh my god! And then that pretzel cheese bread. I mean, because who loves eating warm cheese on a hot day?
It's so tough.
I do.
Yeah, it's so tough because there's so many good options even outside of the festival. It's like I always want to get my caramel popcorn. I always want to get like the sushi is good. I'm like and then you got to fit in the. It's like I could never sit down and eat at a normal dinner because it's just there's so many options there.
Well, and I'll be the first to say too. You had mentioned in the live stream, where Zoe and Becca had gone to, and it was, it's tough. Gluten free is, it's not horrible for the festival, but for a kid, I think it's a little tough. She having a younger palate and all that. I mean, to her, if you asked her every single time what she wanted to eat every meal, it was always, chicken tenders or fries. Now, I will say, the chicken tenders on property there they're gluten free, way better than the regular ones. Highly underrated. I would get them any day over the regular ones. But she really enjoyed that. Now she did try other things as well, but it's just to sit there and have a whole meal from festival food. She's not really 100% into that. Like she'll have corn, she'll try some of the other stuff, but it doesn't really fill her up. So we usually have to stop.
She wasn't interested in the Jamaican beef patty.
No, she likes the Canada has one. It's like braised beef or something like that.
Oh,
she likes that one.
That one's good. The beef. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be really bad with the name.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, she liked that one. And then she ended up going to stop by. They ended up having tacos over in Mexico. Can't go wrong with that.
Nice.
And they didn't go to the festival booth for that. Becca stopped there and got something. I tried a honey margarita there. Really good, especially if you like mezcal. Very smoky mezcal flavor.
Oh, it's beef tenderloin tips. Yeah.
Oh, beef tenderloin. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, she enjoyed that.
I had that when we went last year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because I'm always that crazy one that starts usually in Canada and I work my way around.
I know, he goes backwards.
It's nothing wrong. I go either way, honestly.
He goes against the traffic.
I do, because I like to swim upstream because I'm faster than the stream, and I just feel like I can, won't run up there, I guess. But yeah, no, we had some other stuff. I also tried the not festival related, but I ended up trying at the bakery in France. I tried their grilled ham and cheese. Was incredible. It was weird that there was cheese on the outside of it too, which I wasn't quite expecting. So really unique, but yeah, I didn't try a ton, there per se. We really focused on the live stream when we were there, and again, I hope you guys enjoyed it.
And you showed us the plain white teas. How about that? That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of venue do you get to go to where you just all of a sudden have a major music sensation just pop up on stage? I was standing there for a minute just wondering, is this actually going to happen? And then just out of nowhere, they showed. I said, you know what? We're going to sit down, guys. We are going to sit down real quick and just let this happen.
That's actually, it's funny enough because that's who was performing when we were there last time. Same exact band.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Well, you guys get to see a couple great hits out of that.
They have quite a few songs that everyone knows, so.
Absolutely. Nothing, and that's the great part about EPCOT. Nothing crazy. You're not going to have any kind of, really celebrities, I think, that are going to sell out that entire area. You can always do the drink or the dinner package for that. They do that a lot of times. But again, it's when it comes to getting patched up like that stadium, that area in front of the American Pavilion really doesn't get that crowded.
No, the only time you have to plan ahead for is when processional happens. That's the only time.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, in that one, you're getting some really, really big celebrities there. You're getting Gary Sinise there.
Neil Patrick Harris is always the big one.
My God, yes. And the fact that he met up with Mr. Morrow afterwards, that blew my mind. Okay, I'm still shook about this. Okay, this is not okay.
And what was he? Oh, the other people who usually do draw a nice big crowd is when Joey Fatone goes and performs. From NSYNC, he always brings a lot of people in.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of other ones that that are pretty good too. But yeah, I mean, again, for crowd levels, you really don't have anything too wild, and they usually perform 3 times a day, usually, anyways.
Yeah, true.
So
true.
It kind of breaks up that crowd, and their sets are only what, half hour long?
Yeah,
I think.
I think they only played like 5 songs total when you went.
Yeah,
Which is kind of the
I mean,
perfect amount of time. Like you spent all that money to go to Epcot, to go to
yeah.
Disney. You don't want to spend your entire time at a concert. It is cool that you're gonna get to hear the hits, but after that, you can go do whatever else you want.
Well, and that's always been my fear going to watch anything over there is that I never want to go ahead and I don't want to spend 2 hours sitting at a concert.
Right.
I have other things I want to go do there.
Yeah.
So that was one of the big things that I was a little nervous about going to the live stream, and that's why I was like, well, okay, if it goes after a certain amount of time, I'm probably going to get up and probably take off. And I really didn't want to go do that for everyone. So I'm glad that it was as short as it was. We were able to kind of move on from there.
I know. I was singing along at home and in the chat with Hey There Delilah. It was a lot of fun.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, hey there, Epcot. Here's to you, So
yeah, it was good. And after that, your stream went very well through Luminous. I thought. I mean, the quality was good, so I was excited to watch it, and I think you did a really nice job first time for your stream.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, it was a little weird. The America Pavilion, where I was standing. I was standing between there and Italy. The torch did some weird stuff at first, and then the music did some weird stuff too. So where the pre-show music starts in, it actually didn't carry through until about halfway through the set. It didn't start up until around then, where that area I was standing. And then the torch stayed lit up a lot longer than it should have. So when all the other torches went out, that one stayed on, which really kind of took away from the effect because I was trying to go ahead, obviously keep it the lens flare and all the everything kind of zoomed and it's set where it needed to be. It was a little tough to deal with that. So I don't know if it was just the location or if it was a mishap. I had seen a couple of those on my trip there with some of the rides, even too. Some of the screens just started doing some weird stuff on me. So it's interesting, but it was good though. I think I had a good time doing it. I'm hoping to go do it more eventually, guys. I mean, this is what I would really like to go do. Who knows what's going to happen, and just hopefully we'll get better at it and spend some more time doing it and get some better equipment maybe for it, and we learned a lot. So I'm happy to go do it, and happy we get a couple people that were able to watch and that sort of thing. So
how was so you did that, you did Magic Kingdom the first day. Anything different at Magic Kingdom?
So Magic Kingdom,
you streamed a little bit there too. That was your very first stream.
We did. That was actually on Saturday. I flew there on Friday.
Oh, that's right.
So
Friday you did Hollywood Studios.
I did Hollywood Studios on Friday. Yeah. So as far as the live stream went on Saturday though at Magic, not a whole lot new there per se. Some of the stuff we talked about the walls, that sort of thing. I did try to get to the spot for the parade for streaming that Ron says over by the Disney Vacation Club Center. Yep. I tried there. Someone was actually there recording some other stuff, so it was a little tough kind of getting around them. Mm-hmm. But as far as everything else went, I mean, I thought it went well. I thought it actually did better there a little bit, to an extent, than over at Epcot as far as, just the flow of things. And the crazy part is that I'm so used to watching Ron during the day, even today, that I knew his routine. And for me, it was muscle memory. It was crazy. I'm not even the one doing it, but it felt like muscle memory to me going through the park the way he does. Mm-hmm. Knowing where to stand for it, knowing what rides to hit up after. I mean, I ended the stream and I immediately knew that Tiana's was going to be a low wait. We ran there 40 minutes. It was actually less than that. It was about 28. We were on the ride.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's saying something, And then as far as signal-wise goes, that park was probably one of the best for it. I did learn that Streamlabs is a little bit easier when it comes to telling that, whereas Prism was easier to stream with, but Prism just would tell you it was like poor connection. Streamlabs would actually tell you the bit rate and the upload rate that it was doing at the time, which was kind of cool. Yeah. So it was something interesting to learn on that. But yeah, I felt very fluent walking through the parks like that. We started off in the morning, kind of nice and early, and I went for about 5 hours, so we did learn a good bit on that.
Oh, cool.
but yeah, as far as the first day went with studios, we did just about everything there that day. It was some merch leading up to May the 4th. Some of the Star Wars stuff that we had seen, and I get to go and check that out. Right, getting off the plane, that was awesome. We get there for rope drop, so Zoe called it. We went right over to Tower of Terror.
Nice.
And hopped on that with about a 15-minute wait, and we headed right on from there. So it was a fun day. We ended up having to head out. We met some family about 4:00 or so we didn't get to stay for Fantasmic that evening. We went to Fantasmic my last night on what day was that? That would have been Monday night.
You were there for Revenge of the Fifth. So was there any Star Wars stuff left over to get there?
There was some, yeah. The pop-up shop was not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That we had talked about.
Thing. Wow.
Exactly. So it was only a one-day thing. We went by Muppets and all that. We didn't see anything there. It was merch-wise though was good. There, I got the popcorn bucket. I do not have it on me. Okay, we'll show it in next week. But I get that. We get the coaxium sipper.
We did get the coaxium sipper.
I got the coaxium sipper.
Wait. Which milk did you choose? Blue or green?
Well, I didn't have it. It was blue.
Oh, okay. Who drank it?
I'll die if I have it. I'm just kidding. No, Becca ended up having the blue milk. Actually, she split it with Zoe.
Okay.
But they don't actually. So, fun fact. This is what blew me away. When you get a popcorn bucket now, so you do the mobile order.
Yeah.
You get it. It does not come with popcorn. Like, I would have thought they would have handed you the box of popcorn. That popcorn bucket was $35.
Wait, they didn't give you any popcorn with it?
No.
That's bizarre. Cause
they just gave you just the
usually,
Death Star.
Usually either there's one or two things. They'll have either prepackaged like special popcorn in the container, or B, they'll give you a popcorn on the side with it.
No.
I think someone messed up. I don't think that's right. I think someone messed up on you.
They literally just had these bins of or transport bins in Batu that they were just dumping buckets of these things into, like whole boxes just dumped inside these things.
Wow.
And they were just handing them out. Yeah, they did not do that, but thankfully it is a popcorn bucket, so I was able to get a refill box for like $2.25.
Oh, nice.
I'm not a big popcorn person, but it was helpful to have for Fantasmic going up and say, hey, can I get a refill for my daughter? And she got it. I mean, I'm fine paying $2.25 for popcorn, as opposed to, I think it's up to like $15, I think, for a normal popcorn at the park. So I am more than okay with that.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, I did get that.
What other merch did you get?
Well, Jared, we got to talk. We talked about those Roosevelts.
Oh yeah, we did.
That are at the parks.
Those park exclusives.
We're going to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because they're hidden pretty well.
Really?
I had a very hard time tracking some of these down. I do got to say, this trip, I've seen more Roosevelts in the parks than I have seen in any other trip. And I'm not just talking the park exclusive ones. I mean, there's a lot of those, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, just tons and tons and tons of Roosevelts. You had your Star Wars ones on May the 4th. Just everything. I mean, even some of the big whales out there, like even some of the exclusive ones to the different Comic-Cons and fan expos, that sort of thing. I mean, everyone had them on. It was crazy. Kind of long as past the days that I walk up to someone and just say, nice shirt, because hell, everyone was wearing them.
I know.
It was awesome to see. But no, as far as locations wise that had them, I'm going to go ahead and list off a couple here. So Magic Kingdom, Star Traders is the only place that had them. Not the Emporium.
Wow.
Only at Star Traders. EPCOT. Port of Entry had them. Not Creations.
Huh. So is that Port of Entry the two little ones at the front?
Yes, the two at the very front.
All right.
You have one, I think it's like it's more like a jewelry pin trader kind of one, and then the other one is more like shirts and that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so they had it at Port of Entry. Animal Kingdom had them at Island Mercantile, kind of to be expected there.
Yep.
At Studios, Legends of Hollywood, right behind the Pandora store there.
Wait, what?
They had them.
Oh.
Yeah, over off of Sunset, right behind the Pandora store. So where it kind of
okay,
connects.
I know what
into.
you're talking about.
Yep.
Near the bathrooms
sitting
over there, kind of.
Yeah, kind of right in between there. There's that little shop with kind of more higher end, like all your Dooney and Burks are going to be there, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of the resorts have them too. Disney Springs had a big collection of them. I'll show you. I'll drop a little picture up on here afterwards to show you guys. They had a nice display. And then, as we're there, they released some of them online.
How convenient.
How convenient. Of course, those are the ones that I had no problem getting. Those were the Star Wars ones and the Haunted Mansion ones. But as far as the shirts go, we've talked about it a little bit before. We have the Tiki Room, which they were sold out of pretty much resort wide as far as, a lot of the sizes. They really only had smalls left. Then we had the blue Mickey in the Parks one. We had the Star Wars one, which they had tons of different sizes into, which was crazy after the 4th happened and all that. And then they had the Haunted Mansion one. So it was a great little assortment.
I like
assortment
the Haunted Mansion one's growing on me. That one's really cool.
It is. It is a really cool one, and I get the whole collection now, and I'm happy to be able to go ahead and sport that around now. So it's a nice little collection they got going on, and it's only going to grow. I'm happy to see them have a spot in the parks. I am very curious, though, what we're going to be talking about with this whole supply and demand issue. That is something that, Roosevelt's are usually online. They're very exclusive. When restocks happen, they sell out quick. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen as far as this goes in the parks because, obviously there's a big following for them there. I can't imagine they're going to be out of stock long, but that being said, who knows? I mean, like I said, they were sold out of everything else. When I was looking for the Tiki one, they were sold out of my size. And I had even went so far as to go to, I went to the Contemporary to go ahead and check for them. Another quick fun fact, if you are looking for any kind of merchandise that might be sold elsewhere, you can always ask a cast member now. They do have the ability to check across the entire resort now. So they can check all the hotels, all the shops, stores. Big improvement over before where they were kind of like, well, just go maybe check. They really tell you full quantities of what they had there, which was good.
Yeah, we used that on our last trip a little. I can't remember what we were looking for. We were looking for something, and they helped us track it down. But hold on, let me write my email to Disney now. Please open a Roosevelt's flagship store in Disney Springs, like we asked. Thank you, and I'll send it right to Bob Iger because that.
Can you please start a petition or something?
It's gotta happen.
This to happen.
It'll be kind of interesting because if they'll probably end up if that ever happens, I imagine them maybe they can do Disney Springs exclusive drops, and you're gonna see massive lines like Gideon's. Just to get in for that one drop that day, you know what I mean?
Just get rid of I don't know. I mean, they have that extra building that they kind of use for all the toys and all that now for Toy Story by pin traders. Put it over there.
Yeah, put it there.
Or get rid of the Harley Davidson store. I don't know. I'm just saying. Just get rid of something.
Wait, was it the Volcom or Levi store just closed next to World of Disney.
Yeah, perfect spot for it.
There we go. I think it's a Volcom store. So put that thing in there. That would be
absolutely
great.
It would be for sure.
That's cool. I mean, those are. It's funny when we went to Disney. It was right after Roosevelt's Black Friday sale. Everyone was wearing the Black Friday shirts.
They got so many people in the door that way.
Yes, it was a great sale for them. Really smart. A lot of people got hooked off of that.
Roosevelt's, if you're listening, please do that sale again.
I know,
this
it was
coming
a
year.
great sale.
I think I bought 25 shirts on Black Friday. My collection almost doubled, I think, that day. It's wild. But yeah, no, I'm all about it. We love Roosevelt's. We love everything about them. They are awesome shirts. They are a wonderful company, and they have some great ideas and just great to see what they have all the time. They're releasing a new retro Disney line. I think. Actually, I think it went live today. Actually, I think it was when it went live. So it's another little retro.
Today was Jaws. They did a Disney summer one last week that they were a little bit interesting. Not my cup of tea, but they were cool.
Yeah, they hit her. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
But you know that because those ones are the ones that'll sell out within about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and of course, sometimes their quantities are just crazy to make those crazy ones, happen. But yeah, anyways, well, enough about that one. Jared, what do we have for the print of the week? What are we talking about?
The print of the week, in honor of your trip, I designed a souvenir virtually for you to print out on your own printer, which is a flower and garden festival sign to put in your office.
Folks.
I mean,
oof.
I did some nice layering here. It's a nice dark green, and then I went to the light green. You can kind of see it there. And then some orange right here. It says EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival. It did have the date up here, I will add, but they were so small I knew it wasn't going to come out good, so I ended up just scrapping the date on it. It just is like the start date, like established and forget the year. But yeah, Flower and Garden Festival sign, so you guys can print it out and feel very spring-like in your own home.
Absolutely. Take a little bit of the Flower and Garden Festival home to you. We did talk a little about that in the live stream. A lot of the merch for the festival is completely sold out. They're not looking like they're going to get any more. Unfortunately, the Alice in Wonderland flower and garden ears have been all sold out. They said they sold them out within literally, I think they said 2 days. So that's yeah.
I might have. I was at work today. I have an idea. To design something. I'm not going to reveal what it is because I'm going to see how it comes out. It's going to be flower and garden related. It'll be a bonus item for our followers to print if they would like it.
Very nice. Well, you heard it first, folks. We're going to have some bonus items. Jeremy is on it. We're making strides and all that with 3D printer wise.
I want something that we can print out and I can put in my garden to go at flower garden. So something like that. All right.
All right, maybe a little bit of living with the land kind of stuff going in there.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Well, not gonna push too much. All right, I got you. Well, very nice, man. Well, that is awesome. I think that being said, that's just about it for this week, man.
Hold on, we got one more thing.
One more thing. What do we got?
It's somebody's birthday today.
It is. It is my wife's birthday. So happy birthday, honey.
Happy birthday, Becca. We love you here at the Men of Main Street.
Yes, we do. We're thank you for the fun trip. We hope you have a wonderful day, and can't wait to celebrate with you when you get back to reality here. Today, she spent the day in over in Blizzard Beach, so she's one up to me.
She went parks.
She went and one up to me, she's been loving life there. She got her nails done and all that earlier, so she's having a grand old time.
Dude, you gotta get her the gimbal and put her on the live stream.
Honestly, she's down there with the sun, blue skies and sunshine and all those manatees down there. I mean, she's got it, man. She's all for it.
Oh, good for her.
Fun plug. We talked to the cast member over at the Manatees in EPCOT. Yeah, I think we talked to her for about 45 minutes. She was so stoked. Becca and her got along great. Becca's obsessed with manatees and marine biology, so they just went on for about a half hour or so talking. It was pretty wild.
Wow.
So, but anyways, guys, well, we're going to throw a little montage here at the end for you, my trip. Some fun highlights. So stick around and watch that, guys. And with that being said, though, we greatly appreciate y'all being here and coming back for another episode of the Men of Main Street podcast. And, we hope to see you guys again real soon. We'll see you next week. And, we'll see you in the future.
And feel free, like, subscribe, leave a review. Always very much appreciated.
That's true. It is free to do, guys. So we really appreciate you guys again. And, we'll see you in the future. Take care, guys.